Hello, Namaskar and Adab to all my friends from your friend astrologer and guide Irfan, once more with you from your very own channel, Astro Assurance. One area of Vedic astrology is about how we use the different karakas to be able to find out or manifest what are the different areas of our horoscope, of our lives which are highlighted, and how to be able to use those karakas better. And so one of the areas where one of the elements, important elements, are also the Gemini karakas, which we should be able to utilize effectively to be able to understand what are the possibilities or probabilities of an event happening, and to be able to bring about better events in our life, manifest better events, and to be prepared for the tougher challenges. So here the Gemini karakas are important, and we have done many videos on the Gemini karakas, such as on the Atmakaraka, on the Amatyakaraka, different planets as the Atmakaraka or the Amatyakaraka, placement of the Atmakaraka or the Amatyakaraka in 12 houses, and also we have done careers related to the different Amatyakarakas. And very recently we also did the placement of the Atmakaraka in the 12 houses in the D9 chart. Today we will be talking about the placement of the Amatyakaraka in the D9 chart. Now, why is the D9 chart very important? It is because while the D1 chart gives us possibilities, the zodiac is showing us the area or the tangent or the direction in which certain possibilities are given to us, certain areas that can be activated to get us better results are shown to us. However, the D9 shows us probabilities, which means higher possibilities of an event happening. However, I have said this in many of my videos that you need to see the placement of the planets in the D9 chart in relation to the placement in the D1 chart, and you should be able to connect them. Without the connection, we will not be able to understand the placements better, we will not be able to manifest the results or the higher probabilities of the D9 better. So let's jump into understanding the placement of the Amatyakaraka, the planet connected to work, career or related results in our lives, and how it will give us different stronger manifestations, stronger probabilities when placed in the 12 charts when placed in the 12 houses in the D9 chart. So when the Amatyakaraka is placed in the first house of the D9 chart, what does this mean? It means that the zodiac is telling us there is a higher probability of you getting the results of the first house, the better results, the positive results, the impactful results of the first house of the Lagna, if you work in the direction of where the Amatyakaraka is placed in the D1 chart. And of course, obviously the planet is also important. So it means that if you manifest the planet's placement in the D1 chart better, then the placement of the Amatyakaraka in the Lagna of the D9 chart means you will be able to get higher respect, higher status, higher standing in society, more visibility in society, even more likability or adulation, more power and influence also. However, while the D9 chart tells you what you will be able to get, how you will be able to manifest will come from the D1 chart. So for example, if the Amatyakaraka, while placed in the Lagna in the D9 chart, say for example is placed in the 5th house of the D1 chart, so here you need to be able to connect the manifestation of the 5th house of the D1 chart. 5th house is not only about power, influence, but it will also give us certain areas of the career. Now I'm not going to delve deep into the careers related to the different Amatyakarakas in this video, because I've already done a video earlier on. I will give you the link in the comment section, please do watch that. However, what it means is that if you are able to work harder, be able to manifest the 5th house possibilities which have been given to you, those careers which are manifested through the 5th house, for example artistic medium, for example accounting, for example doing something in what you like to do, what you love to do, for example entertainment, public performances, stockbroking and so on. So if in these areas and many more, if you work hard, you manifest them better, then you will be able to get the Lagna placement of the Amatyakaraka in the D9 chart with more respect, more status, more visibility, more adulation, more power and influence in society as well. You will be one of the more respected people because of your success of the Amatyakaraka's placement in the D1 chart. Now, if the Amatyakaraka is placed in the second house of the D9 chart, what does it mean? It means the zodiac is telling you that there is a higher probability of you being able to achieve the better results, the positive results, the better achievements of the second house because of the Amatyakaraka's placement of in the second house of the D9 chart. But this is about the what? How you will be able to achieve, where you will be able to achieve will be where the Amatyakaraka is placed in the D1 chart. For example, if the Amatyakaraka is placed in the 6th house in the D1 chart, what does it mean? It means that if you work in the direction, firstly, it is also connected to the planet which is the Amatyakaraka. So, I have already done a video on different planets as Amatyakaraka and Amatyakaraka and 12 houses of the D1 chart. Please do see those videos. I will give you the link in the comment section as well in this video below. So, if you are able to manifest the areas of wherever the Amatyakaraka is placed in the D1 chart and connected to the planet as well, then if you are able to do that, then you get better results of the second house of the D9 chart. Second house is about better remuneration, better earning, better bank balance, better assets that you can accumulate, especially assets in the bank, which means liquid money, better respect in the community, better standing in the community. But you will be able to achieve only when you manifest the results of the Amatyakaraka, how it is placed in the D1 chart. For example, if the Amatyakaraka is placed in the 6th house in the D1 chart, what is the D1 chart 6th house placement? It means if you are connecting your career or your work or your workspace to service or other careers which are related to the 6th house, which could be customer service, which is working in spas, working as a lawyer, standing up for people, working in a team project, animal welfare and so on, then if you are working hard, if you are able to manifest that better, if you work hard there with a lot of dignity, with a lot of pride, with a lot of accountability, with a lot of responsibility and work hard, then through that manifestation you will get better remuneration, better livelihood, which the zodiac is giving you higher probability of by virtue of the Amatyakaraka being placed in the second house in the D9 chart. If the Amatyakaraka is placed in the 3rd house of the D9 chart, so here the zodiac is telling you that there is a higher probability of you getting higher success in the manifestation, in the denotation, in the possibilities of the 3rd house of the D9 chart, which means you will be able to be a person who has a high influence in society. You may be a good social blogger, you may be a big social influencer, you may be somebody who may have a lot of power and influence in the immediate neighborhood and maybe even some distance from a place of birth. So local influence, local power and authority may be given to you, even political power may be given to you. You may also be a big social influencer, not only in your neighborhood but through the social media across the world. You can be a big social influencer who is able to reach out, influence, sell your ideas, influence a number of people. But that will be manifested only how you are able to better use your placement of the Amatyakaraka in the D1 chart. Say for example, if your Amatyakaraka in D1 chart is placed in the 7th house, then you need to manifest the areas of the 7th house better to get better results of the Amatyakaraka in the D9 chart. So what are the careers or areas associated with the 7th house? These are being in a partnership, working in a partnership, doing business, trading, relationship counselors, public servants. All these areas can be manifested. So now I'm not going to get into details of the careers related to the Amatyakaraka and to a house. For that you can see my video of Amatyakaraka and the 12 houses in the D1 chart and also different planets of the Amatyakaraka to be able to see what are the probabilities for your respective house. However, if these are the careers or some others, if you are able to work hard with responsibility, with accountability and with dignity and with patience and perseverance and in a team effort which the 7th house represents, and also giving a lot of dignity to the spouse, working closely with your spouse, involving your spouse in your work, then the 3rd house placement of the Amatyakaraka will give you the power, influence and the better results of the 3rd house better. If in your D9 chart the Amatyakaraka is placed in the 4th house, What does this mean? It means the zodiac is telling you that the zodiac is giving you a higher probability of success of manifesting the fourth house results better. What are the fourth house results? Better happiness and family, better peace, better tranquility, better harmony, building ability to build better assets and be able to build bigger assets in concern with real estate, vehicles, jewelry, all sorts of conveniences and so on. However, the zodiac is also telling you that you will be able to manifest this higher probability of this only when you manifest the Amatyakaraka's placement in the D1 chart, and you do that with more responsibility, with more accountability, with hard work and patience. So for example, if the Amatyakaraka in the D1 chart gets into the 8th house, now you need to be able to manifest the 8th house careers better, work related to the 8th house better, the personality connected to the 8th house better. So a lot of perseverance, a lot of hard work, patience to overcome obstacles of the 8th house and connected to the careers of the 8th house. For example, careers of the 8th house could be insurance, taxation, banking, government services, research, analysis, digging up and being able to come out with information, oil, minerals and so on. So if you are able to manifest these areas with the personality required, because the Amatyakaraka is in the 8th house, then through that hard work, through that accountability, you will be able to get the better results of the Amatyakaraka in the D9 chart in the 4th house, through better harmony, better love, affection, better domestic life and better assets. If your Amatyakaraka in the D9 chart is placed in the 5th house, what does this mean? It means the zodiac is giving you a higher probability of being able to manifest the areas of the 5th house better. What is the 5th house? The 5th house is power, influence, ability to overcome turbulations, ups and downs in your career, because the 5th house is the 8th house to the 10th house. So you will be able to overcome all of that and find more interest, more success in a very creative manner in areas of the 5th house. So all these areas will be manifested for you: power, influence, better gains, better finances, even maybe better romance and a good life, if you are able to connect and manifest the placement of the Amatyakaraka in the D1 chart better. Say for example, in your D1 chart, the Amatyakaraka is placed in the 4th house. What are the areas of the 4th house specially connected to work and career? 4th house is about working out of home, working in real estate, working in construction, working in a home office, whichever area you have a home office connected to that. Could be a lawyer, could be a social influencer working out of home, could be an Instagram star, could be in home decor, could be in different conveniences of the home. So anything and everything connected with the home, comforts of life better. If your career is connected to that, or if you manifest a career connected to that, work hard with patience, with perseverance and with the dignity, then the D9 chart is throwing up possibilities of you getting better results of the 4th house. Now obviously the planet which is involved is also important, and the Amatyakaraka in which house it is in the D1 chart is also important. I've already done videos on those topics, so I will be giving you in the description, in the comment section below. I will not repeat it in this video. Please watch that to be able to connect and find how the Amatyakaraka's placement in the D9 chart is giving you more possibilities of its placement in the D1 chart. Now if your Amatyakaraka in your D9 chart is placed in the 6th house, what is the zodiac telling you? The zodiac is telling you that we are making it higher probable for you to get big success, good manifestation, good results of the 6th house better, because the Amatyakaraka in your D9 chart is gone into the 6th house, which means overcoming competition, being able to ride roughshod over all competition and coming out as a winner in most circumstances. Being somebody who will excel in service, maybe excel in areas connected to the 6th house. For example, you may do very well in animal welfare, you may do very well as somebody who champions the cause of the poor, the downtrodden. Maybe you will do very well running NGOs, charity organizations, very well as a lawyer, very well in any manner or in every field where you need to stand up for somebody and service others. So you have given a higher probability of success in all of this, success in litigation, successes in court cases also. But for that you will have to manifest better the placement of the Amatyakaraka in the D1 chart. Say for example, in your D1 chart the Amatyakaraka is placed in the Lagna itself. What does this mean? It means whatever are the results of the lagna, the manifestation of the lagna, the direction of the lagna, the careers related to the lagna, if you are able to do very well in these, for example, public service is one thing which you should be able to do very well if your Amatyakaraka is in the lagna. As a healer, as a problem solver, as a motivator, as somebody who is involved in doing something for others in public service. It could also be anything related to public, for example, as a politician, as somebody who works in the gym or runs a gym, as somebody who is an entertainer, even a celebrity. So anywhere you are getting connected to the public service, public life, in those areas, if you work hard and if you are able to achieve, at least show a lot of patience and perseverance and work with dignity, with accountability and responsibility, then the zodiac is telling you, then in the matters of service, in matters of excelling, overcoming all competition related to that areas, the D9 chart will give you the higher probability of successes connected to the 6th house, because in your D9 chart the Amatyakaraka is placed in the 6th house. Obviously, which planet is involved here and which house the Amatyakaraka is placed in the D1 chart is better. I have given you only a few careers connected to the Amatyakaraka in D1 chart. Please see my other videos of which planet is your Amatyakaraka and Amatyakaraka and placed in 12 houses in the D1 chart better. I will give you those links in the comment section below. Please do watch that so that you are able to manifest the placement of the Amatyakaraka and the D9 chart better as well. If your Amatyakaraka in your D9 chart is placed in the 7th house, what does this mean? The zodiac is telling you that there is a higher probability that the zodiac is giving you for higher successes in the matters of the 7th house, manifesting the 7th house better. That means you will be a person who may excel in team partnerships, in team involvements, in relationship, in business, in being able to work with other people much better, and you may excel there. There is a higher probability of success in all sorts of team environment, partnership, including your marital life, including business, including relationship, including being able to keep the balance in relationship. However, to do that, you will be able to manifest the Amatyakaraka's placement in the D1 chart better. Now, wherever the D1 chart's Amatyakaraka placement is connected, you need to be able to work with more forbearance, with more patience, with more perseverance and a lot of hard work. If you are able to do that, then you get better success of the Amatyakaraka's placement in the D9 chart. So if the Amatyakaraka in the D1 chart, for example, is placed in the 3rd house, the 3rd house is the house of influencing others, social media, communication, selling, influencing others, short journeys, long distance travel but short duration. All these areas are manifested. All these careers connected to the 3rd house will also be manifested because the Amatyakaraka in your D1 chart is placed in your 3rd house. However, if you are able to work hard and manifest them better, then you will be able to get the better results of the Amatyakaraka placed in the 7th house in the D9 chart by virtue of better relationship, better team performance and excelling in team performances, excelling in relationship. Now, which planet is involved here and where is your Amatyakaraka placed in your D1 chart to a large extent in detail you will need to look at. I have made 2 other videos which I will give you the links in the comment section below. Please do see that so that you understand the Amatyakaraka's placement in the D1 chart better connected to the planet, and through that be able to manifest the placement of the Amatyakaraka in the D9 chart better. If your Amatyakaraka in your D9 chart is placed in the 8th house, it means that the zodiac is telling you that there is a higher probability of you being able to overcome all obstacles, all challenges, all issues that the 8th house can throw at you if you are able to do better in the Amatyakaraka's placement in the D1 chart. And all the areas of the 8th house will also be ones where you may get great success. So you may get great success in taxation, great success in audit, great success in research, great success in all those areas where the 8th house is connected, which means inheritance, which means government contracts, which means hidden mystery, hidden mystical things, below the ground things like minerals, research, agriculture. All these results will be thrown open for you, and there is a chance of a higher probability of greater success there rather than challenges. But if you manifest the Amatyakaraka's placement in the D1 chart better, which means that if, say for example, your Amatyakaraka in your D1 chart is placed in the 2nd house, what is the 2nd house about? The 2nd house is about family business, nourishment, food, bakeries, restaurants, working for the community, working in a certain language medium, taking care of your dependents, banking, finances. All these areas are manifested. Careers connected to them are manifested. Now I'm not going to get into details of careers connected to the second house. I've already done a video on Amatyakaraka place in the 12 houses. I will give you the link in the comment section below. Which planet is involved is also important. I've also made a video on different planets as the Amatyakarakas. Please see those videos as well, so that you are able to understand the placement of the Amatyakaraka and the D9 chart better. So please work hard on the results of the manifestation of the second house. Work with more responsibility, work with more patience, so that you are able to get the better results, the best results, rather than challenges when your Amatyakaraka goes into the 8th house in the D9 chart. Now if your Amatyakaraka is placed in the same house as the D1 chart, for example in your D9 chart it is placed in the 9th house, and again in the D1 chart also it is placed in the same house, the D9, the 9th house itself. So it means you will have to work very hard to manifest the results of the house and the sign that the Amatyakaraka is placed in your D1 chart, to be able to get better results of its placement in the D9 chart. It's a very strong and powerful placement, especially if it's Vargotama. It's a big probability given to you, almost guaranteed success. But if you work with high forbearance, with a lot of patience, with a lot of dignity, with a lot of principles and values, manifesting the areas of the 9th house, which means listening to your gurus, working on your education, learning from your mistakes, learning from different experiences in your life, listening to your elders, working on higher learning, imbibing higher learning, being open to getting learning from different avenues, from different sources, then the zodiac gives you a higher probability of success in the areas of the 9th house, which could be the ability to use your education for better gains, for growth in your career, growth in your life, being very strong in being able to do your duties, strong in other areas connected to, for example, travel, tourism, air ticketing, education, religion, spirituality, working in ashramas, working in printing, publishing. All these areas can be manifested to you very strongly if you work hard on your education, on your learning, listening to gurus, being ready and open to higher learning in life. And that is how you should be able to see the placement of the Amatyakaraka in the same houses in the D1 chart and the D9 chart better. Now which planet is involved is also important. I have already done 2 other videos on Amatyakaraka as different planets and Amatyakaraka in more detail in different houses in the D1 chart. I will give you the links in the comment section below. Please do watch that to be able to manifest this placement of the D1 chart and the D9 chart being the same house better. Now if your Amatyakaraka is placed in the 10th house in your D9 chart, so here the zodiac is giving you higher probability, higher success ratio to be able to get all that the 10th house stands for. The 10th house stands for better designation, better acknowledgement at work, better appreciation at work, better power and influence at work, better relationship with supervisors, superiors, better standing in your work, and better work connections, and being able to extract the maximum gains out of your work, and also getting a wealth of sources and resources also. However, this is all connected to how you manifest the placement of the Amatyakaraka in the D1 chart. Say for example, if in your D1 chart the Amatyakaraka is placed in the 12th house, then you should be able to work hard with a lot of forbearance, patience, commitment, hard work, perseverance on the areas of your 12th house to be able to manifest the Amatyakaraka's 10th house placement in the D9 chart. Now what is the 12th house about? The 12th house is about careers connected to the 12th house, work connected to the 12th house, charities, donations, hospitals, armed forces, working for foreign companies, working for BPOs, going to foreign lands, working in public service connected to foreign lands, connected to consulates, connected to immigration, connected to education abroad, prisons, charities, all of that. So in any area, any career that you connect or you are working hard, because your Amatyakaraka is placed in the 12th house, see how you are able to work hard, able to work with dignity, able to work with responsibility, able to work with ethics If you are able to do that and if you persevere, then the D9 chart's 10th house placement will give you the power, influence, higher authority, higher designation. Zodiac is giving you higher probability of that. Now, which planet is involved is also important. I have already done a video on different planets as Amatyakaraka and a more detailed video of the Amatyakaraka placed in the 12 houses in the D1 chart. I will give you the links in the comment section below. Do please watch both of them so that you are able to manifest the placement of your Amatyakaraka and the D9 chart better. If your Amatyakaraka in your D9 chart is placed in your 11th house, what does this mean? It means the zodiac is giving you higher probability, higher success ratio of the areas of the 11th house if you are able to manifest its area or its placement in the D1 chart. Now, what is the 11th house? 11th house is your wishes and desires coming true, social recognition, social adulation, celebrity status, being well known, being known to the masses, masses liking you, masses reaching out to you, high success in the corporate world, high success in a big brand, in a multinational company, high success from your social connections, from your acquaintances, from your friends, maybe even from your elder sibling. So all these results are giving you higher probability of mass success. But if you work hard on manifesting the Amatyakaraka's placement in the D1 chart. Now, for example, if the Amatyakaraka in the D1 chart is placed in the 10th house, now what is the work or career connected to the 10th house? It is all about public service, government service, administration, civil services, management, public connections, corporate relations, licensing, and anything connected to the government, anything connected to working with higher companies across corporates, across industries as well. If you are able to get your career connected to your Amatyakaraka placed in the 10th house with a lot of responsibility, with a lot of perseverance, with a lot of accountability, with a lot of dignity and values, then the zodiac promises you your wishes and desires of the 11th house coming true, you becoming somebody very powerful in society, you having strong connections, interdepartment connections, reaching very high places, not only in the corporate world but also in the public media, public space. So manifest the placement of the D1 chart better, and also look into which is the planet involved, because which planet is involved as the Amatyakaraka is also very important. I have already done a separate video of different planets as the Amatyakarakas. Please do watch that, and please see this video in connection to that video and a more detailed video of the Amatyakaraka's placement in the 12 houses in the D1 chart itself. I will be giving you the links in the comment section. Do watch those two videos as well so that you are able to manifest your Amatyakaraka's placement in the D9 chart better. Now, if your Amatyakaraka in your D9 chart is placed in the 12th house, so here the zodiac is telling you that I am giving you higher possibility, higher probability, higher success ratio, higher hit ratio to be able to get better successes of the 12th house. But if you manifest the Amatyakaraka's placement in the D1 chart better. Now, what is the 12th house of the D9 chart? It means higher success in foreign land, higher success when you're working as an individual, higher success to be able to curb your expenses, higher success in working for foreign companies, working for foreign clients, working in BPOs, working in charities, working in the spiritual media, working in hospitals, any medical services, connected to law, connected to public service, and being able to extract the best gains out of your hard work rather than wasting your effort, wasting your expenses, which the 12th house represents. But these all will be manifested by where your Amatyakaraka is placed in your D1 chart. So say for example, in your D1 chart the Amatyakaraka is placed in the 11th house. Then see where is the connection, the work connection, the career connection to the 11th house. So what are the areas of the 11th house? Areas of the 11th house are social connection, working in a large organization, working for organizations, large organizations such as PETA, such as Child Relief, such as any social causes, in HR, in business, in work groups, and any social connections, any work connections which are reaching out to masses. If your career is connected to anything related to the 11th house, then working hard, working with patience and perseverance will do you good. But also see which is the planet involved here, which is the planet which is your Amatyakaraka, because that will have a deeper impact on its meaning. I have already done a video on different planets as your Amatyakaraka. Please do watch that. And I have also done a more detailed video of the Amatyakaraka placed in the 12 houses of the D1 chart. Please watch those two videos also, and then be able to manifest this placement of your Amatyakaraka placed in the 12th house in your D9 chart better, because through that you will be able to get better successes of the 12th house, maybe higher successes, not needing to expend more money, being hugely successful in foreign lands, being hugely successful in foreign service, being hugely successful in curbing your expenses to get power, authority, and even higher success of spiritual elevation, also the soul's elevation as well. So friends, now that we have talked about the Amatyakaraka's placement in the 12 houses of the D9 chart, please do look into in which house in the D1 chart your Amatyakaraka is placed connected to the placement in the D9 chart. Look at which is the planet involved, look at what conjunctions, what yogas, what doshas the Amatyakaraka is placed, what aspects it is placed in, because all of this will give a different flavor, different manifestation, a higher chance of higher success ratio or more challenges also coming to the Amatyakaraka's placement of the D1 chart when connected to its placement in the D9 chart. So friends, like this video, share this video, and if you're looking for a personal consultation from me, please reach out to me at the links given below. Till some other time with some other video, this is your friend astrologer and guide Irfan signing off. Ciao.